Welcome to Tackett's House of Horsepower. It's me, Steve Tackett, with my wife,
Sarah.
And we got something to show you today. This has been an exciting week. Well, at least for us. It's been very exciting. And the dogs too, were they excited?
Yeah, they've enjoyed it.
They were excited. Lots of excitement going on back here. We want to show you, they did get 3 days. We have 3 days worth of good work in the yard. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then Thursday afternoon, downpour. The sky opened up just over our house, nowhere else. Directly over our house, downpoured. So it put the brakes on just for a little bit. But we want to show you what's been going on. Well, there it is. Ta-da! I know, it's super exciting, right? Look at the difference in elevation. Wow. From the front to the back. I knew it was going to be pretty significant. When they surveyed the area, they told me that the property sloped about 3 feet from the front to the back. So they warned me that they were gonna have to bring in a lot of loads of chert. So I don't think they're done. He said, I think he told me on Thursday when I spoke to him that he was about 8 inches low still. So we need some more loads brought in, and then they're gonna smooth it out, and then they gotta compact it down. But this is it. They didn't get any work done yesterday because the ground was still too wet. He said he'll be back Monday or Tuesday. But this is it. This is the building. Now, it's gonna be 60 by 150 is the plan, if we can afford it. You know, I gotta sell a few more t-shirts. But if we get to what we want, it's going to be 60 by 150, and then there's a 12-foot overhang on each side. And just me standing out here looking at it right now, I'm kind of worried that that's not going to work, because this one will be easy. This 12-foot overhang will be easy to get in and out of, you know, for parking we would like to put an RV hookup over here and park an RV underneath here, or the truck and trailer, or whatever. So there'll be a 12-foot overhang, easy to get to. This one's looking like it might be kind of difficult, because if there's a 60-foot building here in the middle, 12-foot overhang over here, how are you going to get to it? Like, we're going to have to build some sort of a ramp to get up to that elevation. So
we still need to do the driveway also.
There will be a driveway, yeah, coming out the front, but it's, I don't know, we're gonna have to build it up quite a bit. Otherwise it's gonna be quite a transition here. And we're gonna, obviously, hold on, let's walk back here. There's the 63. We'll talk about that in a minute. So we're gonna continue the fence off of there, run the fence all the way out and around until we get to about here. Then the fence is going to be kind of at a diagonal, and then come over to this corner and connect to that fence. That way the whole thing will be fenced in so the dogs can run loose. And there'll be a gate here somewhere, probably just this side of the tractor. Put a gate right there. So the driveway is going to come in off the road up there, go through the gate, and then you'll right up to the front of the building right here. But yeah, so this is gonna have to be kind of transitioned a little bit. Probably just gonna do gravel, maybe blacktop eventually. We'll see what's more cost effective. How many shirts can we sell between then and there? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's kind of gonna be the layout. There's still gonna be lots of room behind the buildings, so it's kind of centered in the property, I guess. But yeah, I'm getting really excited. Really, really excited. Anyway, think we filmed some of the action the last couple of days. So this is what it looks like after 3 days. And well, the fourth day would rain. They didn't come on Friday. They didn't do much on Monday. So this is really what they did in 3 days. Scraped all the topsoil. That's all topsoil back there. We might need that for, I don't know, building up some of this. I'm not sure. I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But anyway, update. Ta-da! Aren't you excited? I'm excited. I hope you're excited. I want to not work in the driveway anymore. So it's gonna be good.
Today is the day. We are finally breaking ground on the shop. So we gotta do all the dirt work first, but we're getting there. We probably have to move the building closer to the house than expected, but we got the septic approval and the drawings, so we passed, and the building has to move forward, which isn't too bad. It just means our commute is shorter.
Well, I gotta apologize. I was at work all day and I didn't get to film it, and Sarah wasn't home either, so she didn't get to film it. So the ground has been broken. Yep. I wanted to film at least the first shovelful, but I didn't get to. There it is. How about that? How about that? He's starting on the pad, and I don't know if you can see way out there. There's some flags and stuff. That's the corner back there is where the bathroom's gonna go. So they had to put in a septic. There's a septic system going in, so they're gonna start on that. But the original work is started. The groundbreaking has happened. So how about that? It's a bird's eye view. Wave at the camera, babe. Okay, it is kind of a big building. It doesn't look like it from down there, but up here it looks like a pretty big building. Then you got these two. They've been a handful. All the activity going on. My dad was here. Of course, he was spoiling them. And this guy right here, he won't stop licking his paws. And it looks like he's about to eat a bug. But he won't lick it, just keeps licking his paws. So Sarah had to get him a little present. And now his new nickname is Watermelon Head.
I guess it's better than his other nickname that we won't repeat on here.
You can put a picture of it in here. But that's, going forward, that's Watermelon Head and Princess.
Princess what?
It's just Princess.
Mm-hmm. You have another nickname for her.
Well, it's just
we
Princess.
Won't say.
Princess and Watermelon Head.
But he has something.
I don't know what's going on with his paws. Something.
He's got like an allergic reaction or something, and he's not used to the wet environment. So we're working through it. Scout has worked through it, and she's fine, and Oliver's not.
Okay, now it's time to get serious. We gotta get stuff done, okay? We're gonna take this transmission, we're gonna load it up in the truck. We gotta take it to down to the track over here in Ethridge. I finally got a hold of somebody who can get a hold of somebody who's gonna hook me up with a transmission guy, local guy. I guess he does all the transmissions for the race car guys out here. So I'll get to meet him and drop this off for Down and Dirty. We're gonna stick this in there and get that transmission situation fixed. So that was one of the to-do list items. So we're gonna drop that off this morning.
I need a stabilizer. Sorry, folks. Finally made it to the racetrack.
Watch this little blue Mustang. He did a big old wheelie earlier. Oh, they're cleaning the track. That blue Mustang, watch him. Did a big old wheelie last time. This here's Cade. He's the guy. He's the guy that did the front end alignment on the little 100 series Nova. Right here. Well, what'd you think about that? Ethridge, a little drag strip right down the street from my house. I like it. Nice facility, super clean, super nice. Good people, nice cars. Had a good time. Just got to get in there and check it out for my first time actually being there. So I liked it. I liked what I saw. So I can't wait to get out there. Got to meet up with Cade and his dad. They introduced me to the transmission guy and dropped off a transmission core that we had here. So down and dirty, we'll have a new transmission on the way. It's going to be a little bit of a wait. He said he's backed up, but that's the way it goes. At least the ball's rolling. Speaking of balls rolling, you saw the shop build. That ball's definitely rolling. I haven't heard back from the machine shop yet. I took everything up there that I could. I took one set of heads for a different build. I took the rotating assembly for the turbo build, and we're looking for a block. Preferably something like a little M dart block, something like that. Still looking for that. So that ball's rolling too. So it's another day, beautiful day, and I'd like to get some work done. Maybe we'll get on that 350 that we're gonna put together for the 63. So let's take a look at that, pull it out, finish disassembling it, maybe check the bearings, and then we got to clean it, all the gasket surfaces, start getting ready for that build. It's just, I got little fires everywhere, you know what I mean? Okay, so for those of you who don't know, this little 350, actually, I've done a video on it once already, way back, a while back. This was the swap meet 350, where we kind of took it apart and saw what it was and checked it out, and it's been sitting under a trash bag ever since. And now I need a good running little small block, something I could get in and drop it in that little 63 to get it running, get it moving under its own power and everything. So what I want to do is finish taking it apart, probably pull the crank and rods and pistons out. That way we can check all the bearings, probably replace them all. I'll probably just polish the crank, hone it. We can do bearings and rings. So that's my version of a cheap rebuild. So we'll have basically a brand new 350 ready to go. So let's flip this over, get the crank out of it, and at least check the bearings and stuff. Well, I flipped it over. And the first thing I did, before I started taking it apart, I wanted to see if everything was labeled. You know, all the rods and stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm seeing things I don't like. Like, for some reason, there's a number 2 on the number 1 rod. Remember, the engine's upside down. So this should be 1, 3, 5, 7. This should be 2, 4, 6, 8. For some reason, number 2 is over here. And then we also got a number 2 back here. So that's 2 number 2s. This should be 1, 3. It's 4. Oh no. What is going on? Oh, here's number 5. So number 5 appears to be in the right spot. 1, 3, 5. Okay, so that appears to be a number 5. I don't know. This is getting kind of sketchy. I think I'm just maybe pop a few caps off and look at the bearings. If the bearings look good, man, I'm just gonna leave it alone. It is really clean though, like it's fairly clean inside. Look at the screen. It's pretty clean. It's loose, but it's clean. So, I mean, we learned our lesson already on this. We are not gonna use that. I'm definitely gonna get a new oil pump, and I'm gonna get a bolt-on screen. And I have to get a Nova oil pan anyways to clear the front end of the Nova, so that's going to get replaced. That's going to get replaced. We'll go with a bolt-on style, of course. Hopefully the bearings look good. The pistons look really good. You can see the skirt. There's like no wear on it. You can see the piston skirts. So, I mean, there's some things I'm seeing that are pretty good. And then there's some things I'm seeing that don't make a lot of sense. So, I'm wondering if this came from like I don't know, a cheap rebuild. I don't know. Like you order one of these rebuild engines, bonded engines or something like that. Maybe that's what this is. I don't know. Let's start cleaning and let's take a few caps off and take a look, see what we see. If the bearings look real nice, I'm going to assume it's got good oil pressure and I'm just going to leave it alone, I think. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start with this front one, because if there was an oil pressure problem or metal contamination problem, this bearing is gonna look the worst. This one's typically is gonna get the freshest oil. Here's gonna get the worst. So the least amount of oil or the most contaminated oil. If it was picking up metal shavings, or if you were losing oil pressure, this one's gonna starve first. So if we start here and it looks pretty bad, then all bets are off, I guess. we start over. And from what I've seen, I think it's a pretty clean engine. I think it's a pretty low mile engine. It just maybe was a very inexpensive rebuild. Yeah, it's not great. Well, you can see some wear, but not like, you can't feel it. You can't feel it with your thumbnail. All right, let's keep going. Well, it looks like we're taking it all the way apart. I think the bearings, it looks like it got really hot, like really hot. You can see really strange discoloration. That got hot. Really hot. Look at the colors. Look at the blue and the green and all the colors. I don't know, this one picked up something. It got real hot and it failed. So it seems like no oil pressure. And they all did it. They all have these discolorations. So it got starved of oil, I think. So that's not good. We're gonna pull it all the way apart. We're not gonna take a risk. So we're gonna take it all the way apart, finish checking everything. Definitely gonna have to do bearings, and probably might as well do rings and stuff, hone it. Might as well do it right. We're going this far, you might as well keep going, you know? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start pulling the pistons. Now, because it looks like the rods have been stamped multiple times, I'm not gonna try and restamp them. You got some are stamped on the bottom, some are stamped on the side. They're all in weird order. I don't know. I'm guessing this is one of those machine shop places that they throw all the rods in a pile, and they throw all the blocks in a pile, and they throw all the cranks in a pile, and they just start throwing them together. I don't know, but what I'm gonna do is put a piece of tape through it and put a number on it where it came from. I don't know what else to do. Kind of sucks, but I didn't build this engine, so I don't know the story behind it. I don't know why that happened. Yeah. It's weird. It's like a weird discoloration. Like this thing had an oil problem. For some reason, this thing lost oil pressure, or somebody ran it out of oil. I don't know. Yeah. Oh well. Nothing I can do about it now. Just get it apart. I mean, they're stock cast pistons, but they look pretty nice. There's not any wear on the sides of the piston. So I'm guessing it didn't have too many miles on it. It was definitely rebuilt. The block is bored and it is decked. So I'm not sure. So anyway, this came out of, this is actually cylinder number 1. The rod is marked number 2. So what I'm gonna do is I really don't like it, but I don't have much of a choice. I'll just take a piece of tape, loop it through here, and just write number 1 on it. Like that. I know it's ghetto, but it's the best I can do. Okay, all the pistons are out. We can grab this crank out of here. Now, we can get a good look at the top half of the bearings. Well, I don't know. What do you think? A little bit discolored, but these definitely look better than the other half. The cylinders look pretty good. I can still see the cross hatches in a lot of it. Look down there. It doesn't look terrible. The block looks pretty good. So some of the rod bearings though, wow. That one definitely, I think it lost oil pressure, or an oiling system problem. Something ran it out of oil. I don't know what happened, but There's a lot of discoloration on some of these. And some of these just plain failed. So I'm not sure. Again, this is a swap meet 350. I paid like 200 bucks for. So I mean, I got what I paid for, I think. All right, so a quick look at the bearings will tell you what's going on with the crankshaft as far as, is it standard or has it been machined? So right now I can see on the main bearing, there is an 010 on the back of it. And on the rod bearing, I can see a 020. So that tells me the mains are the crankshaft, the main journals are 10 thousandths undersized, and the rods are 20 thousandths undersized. So let's start a debate. I've heard it said both ways. Do you say that the crank is turned down? So the crank is now smaller than standard. So does that mean the bearings are oversized or undersized? How do you say it? I don't want to give away how I say it, but I guess in my head, the way I picture it is the crank is smaller than standard because you took metal away. You machined it down, so it is skinnier than standard, smaller. And then therefore the bearing would have to be larger. So in my opinion, the way I would tend to say it is the crank is undersized and the bearings are oversized by 20 and 10. Or no, 10 and 20, sorry. So 10 on the mains, 20 on the rods. So I don't know, how do you say it? Anyways, you need to know that. You should mic it, check it with a caliper or micrometer. Before you order bearings, you need to know exactly what size it is. Otherwise, you're gonna have a big problem. I will say this, like the cam bearings look real nice. Can't really see that one, but yeah. The cam bearings look real good. So I'm not sure what caused this. What I need to do next probably is run a straight edge through here. Hopefully there's no core shift or something. I don't know what else to check here with my limited means of machine shop here in the driveway. But I don't know. I'm guessing it ran out of oil for some reason. Anyways, I need to clean the rest of this. All the gasket surfaces need to be cleaned. I'm probably going to pop out these freeze plugs because they're steel and I cannot stand steel freeze plugs. So we'll do freeze plugs to bearings, clean everything, hone everything, and I guess we'll throw it back together. Because I'm trying to keep it on a budget, and I just blew a lot of the budget on bearings, we're probably just going to go with a flat tappet cam. I know I've said it 1,000 times not to do that, but we're going to try it, I guess, for the sake of saving money. Maybe put a small hydraulic flat tappet in here, timing chain set, bearings, rings, clean it real good. I'll go with I'm going to put a Melling high volume oil pump on it. And then of course we'll check it with a drill. We'll make sure we got good oil pressure with a drill before we ever try to crank on this, just to make sure we got good oil pressure. But I don't know what else would cause all that damage to those bearings. That discoloration and stuff is usually a sure sign that they got hot. They got real hot. So yeah, more cleaning and a whole list of parts to come up, and that's it. I started trying to knock out freeze plugs, and look at what happens. See the hole in it? See the holes in it? As soon as I hit it with a hammer, it just went right through. So they're already rusted through. Thin, paper thin. That's why you don't run steel freeze plugs. They rust from the back, and that's it. Then they start leaking. Usually it's the two in the back you can't see and you can't get to without dropping the transmission. So that's why I always pop in brass freeze plugs. See the holes? Junk. I'm over here happily scraping away at my gasket surfaces, and I just noticed something. There's no dowel pins. There's no dowel pins on the cylinder heads. There's no dowel pin. So it's missing all 4 dowel pins for the cylinder heads. I need to go back and watch that other video from when I tore this down, when I started taking it apart the first time in the video, the Swap Meet 350. I need to see real close. I need to watch and see if when I pulled the heads off, were they there or not? Because it kind of sort of looks like they were never there. So that's interesting. Somebody put this together without any dowel pins. All right, got all the freeze plugs out. They were all rusted, paper thin, busted right through some of them as soon as I hit it. So I'm glad I'm changing those out now. They look good from the outside, you know, with the orange paint on them. Couldn't tell. But I guarantee you, you put this engine in the car, a month, 2 months, 6 months later, you're gonna look under the driveway here and you're gonna see coolant on the ground, and that's gonna be bad. So it's way easier to change them out now than after it's in the car. So I'm glad I'm going through it now. And I got a bunch of parts to order. I made a list. So I'm gonna get online, get that stuff ordered up. Hopefully it comes in this week, and then maybe we'll start putting it back together next weekend, possibly. And of course we'll have some updates on the shop for you. So you might wanna pay attention, stay tuned for that. Hit that bell so you can follow along. Eventually, I would like to be working in a shop instead of out in the driveway. But hey, the show must go on, you know me. So that being said, I think that's gonna do it for my weekend. I hope you guys had a good weekend. And please hit like, hit comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you can follow along. And we'll get back to putting these cars back together soon. Bigger projects are coming. We got big plans for that big shop, trust me. So if you like that, follow along. Hit comment, send us an email, any of that stuff. I like to respond to you guys. I like hearing from you guys. So, oh, and check out the website. You know, the weather's changing. You might want a hoodie. We got hoodies, we got shirts. Check it out. Sarah, do your thing right there. Anyways, till next time, see ya.